See here, sixth column next value is not available, right? And then we have to run from first column to fifth column, right? 1 to 5. By default, last column we can get as it is. Okay. Replace with the next value, I plus 1. I plus 1. That's it. 1 to 5 columns. That's it. Mm8. See that? Anyhow, there is no value. Okay, 200 replaces 200. So 350, the previous value dot right here, the previous value here already dot. That's why I replace with 200. You see here. So anyhow, so that column is 200 value. So up to run up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, here 200 value replaced, right? See the previous value. So automatically I value is available in the sixth column. Automatically it load the data. 1 to 5. Let's say here, what is the I value here? 6. 6 column. That's why 200 value 6. I 6 value also you take 200 value. So trying to read 7th. 7th one is not available. That's why automatic read from 200 value. Actually 200 value, see that, not available. The previous value right here 200 value replaced. Okay. So I will depend upon the I value also, we can replace the data. Right. Then next. So as of now, we replace with the only one value, either previous value, next value, main value, any value we can take. We can replace with the only one single value we replace. But I want to replace with our standard different values. Different values. Let's say here is very important. Replace with the standard values. Replace with the standard values. Let's say my standard data. I want first import the data, that kind of data. Computer, the console folder. Let's say delimiter files. I want to import delimiter file. Vital signs. So vital signs data. We can import with and without variables. You know that how to import with and without variables. Is without with variables. Patient ID, visit, test, units. Now here one record missed, 1 or 2 record missed, that correspond value. HR heart rating value missed. What is standard heart rating value? Generally 72 for beat, right? Heartbeat 72 beats. Next here DBP, dialytic blood pressure, generally 80 standard value. Next here SBP standard value is 120. Heart rating, okay. DBP, SBP, yes. Here different values I want to replace. Here I want to replace with 72. Here replace with 80. Here replace with 120. Same like here also. This different value, not same value. Right? Take other VT also, vital signs. Without, this is also same, but there is no missing data here. Vital signs. This is without variables. 1, same 2, 3, missing data. You take anything with variables or without variables, anything. I'm taking a VS with variables. Okay. Import. First you have to import. This is non-SAS environment, right? Import this data. File name is VS, vital signs. Copy the file path. Now what is our task here? To replace with the standard values. What are the standard values? Okay. HR standard value is 72, right? DBP standard value is 80. SBP standard value is 120. Generally SBP by DBP, right? 120 by 80. Have to calculate like that. First import the data. Import the data. How to import? Proc import. Or you can import using dataset block also. That is delimiter file, right? You can import using dataset block also. Import the data using dataset block. Using in file state. Dataset name is VS2. VS2. In file path. File path. Or file path is SAS source DLM slash file name is delimiter file vs.txt. Anyhow, without input statement we cannot import. Using input statement. Input, what are the variables? Patient ID, PID, right? Next variable, visit, right? Patient ID, visit, test, and the unit. Visit, test, and unit. Visit character, you know. Test also character and units. That is numeric. And return. Then without variables, right? These are with variables, right? Now I want here we can get two types of variable, already existing variables and creating variables. And then what we'll do? Offering data equals data set name is VS2 and return. What we'll do here? Option. I don't want variables. I want to read from observation using first OBS, right? First OBS equals to read from second record on. By default, interact with the first row on. Patient ID, visitor, test unit. Total 27 observations. Okay, fine. We are imported. First step is completed. Next, what we'll do? How we can replace? How we can replace this data? Using? How to transpose this data? Okay, I want transpose this data. Transpose. Before transpose, you have to sort the data, right? Before transpose, sort the data. Sorting the data. How to sort the data? Using proc sort. Proc sort. What are the key variables? Proc sort data equals data set name is VS2 equals to VS3. My key variable. What are the key variables here? Let us assume sub ID. It means patient ID. Patient ID and visit. Why? Because the grouping values. W1 repeated it. W1, visit 1, just like a week 1, week 2, week 3, like that. So 101. So we have to see 101 is a visit it regular order. No problem. Why you don't take test? Because we have to transpose variable. These are we have to convert this. That's why we don't take test. These are repeated values, but I want to convert these values with corresponding units. patient ID and visit. These are the two variables are the sorting. You can take anything, one variable also no problem. Patient ID and visit. I'm taking grouping variables. These are print data equals to data set name is VS and with rest. According to the patient ID, it run the task, run the sort procedure. Second variable depend upon the first patient ID, test and units. Okay, let's say now transpose the data. What is syntax of transpose procedure here? Syntax dot transpose. Transpose data equals data set name is existing data set, that is VS3. Out equals to new data set name, that is VS TR new data set. Now, what are the statements? Here I want to convert normalization to non-normalization. The values are available vertical, right? Vertical only. You have to transpose the data using vertical to horizontal, right? Vertical to horizontal. Then we know that vertical to horizontal statements. What are the ID? Where? By. You know the by as it is by variable. By variables are patient ID and visit. That's it. ID transport variable, that is you have to transport test vertical to horizontal using test. You have to take here where variable units. That's it. Yeah. So print data equals to data set name is TR and with run. We know the by default underscore name underscore label, but there is no labels. That's why underscore label underscore variable not available. So I don't want a name underscore name. Drop that. Drop equals underscore name underscore. That's it. Okay. Patient ID, visit HR, DBP, and SP. Now coming to these are column, 3 columns, numeric values. HR, DBP, and SPP. Right? Now run the array process. Now 3 columns available, right? Using array. Using array, I want to replace with the required standard value. Using array. Just follow the syntax array. Using data set of data ARR3 anything to set TR3 syntax apple of array apple of what is the length of this array? 3 columns, right? I'm taking 3 columns HR, DBP, and SP. 3 columns. So length of the array 3. What kind of data type that is? Numeric only, right? So no need to take any time. And what are the variables? HR, DBP, and SPP, right? You have to specify. These are not a sequential variable, different variables. I have to specify that list of the variables. HR, DBP, and SPP. There is no case sense. You can go with small letters. HR, DBP, and SPP. This is existing values. We know that, right? HR, DBP, SPP, existing values. But we don't have these values. We have to load these values, standard values, 72, 80, 120. Then we have to take here now temporary array now. We have to replace with the permanent like existing columns. We have to take the temporary array with the in temporary we can take 72, 80, 120 values. We have to take it. So one keyword is there underscore temporary underscore. With the help of automatically that is created by the user, automatically deleted by the SAS system after replacing. Okay, Let's say I'm using temporary array. One more, I want to create one more array, that is array of temp. That is of 3 columns, right? Yeah, 3. Underscore temp is a keyword, temporary. It is one system defined variable. So it creates temporary array. Okay. And there those values are, what are the HR values? 72, DBP 80, and SBP values 1, 2. And with semicolon, run the condition. First run the loop, right? 3 columns, right? If condition. I like to do I equals to 1, 2, 3. 3 columns only, right? 2, 2, 3. I 1. Or else not required. 1, 2, 3. That's automatically run. Increment by 1. Next condition, if apple of I equals to dot missing data, then apple of I equals to replace with the temp of I, right? Temp of I. So wherever missing data in apple of I, it is going to, this data is going to store into, replace with the temp of I. 72, 80, 150. Okay. Now do blocking with n statement, drop I and with run statement. Drop print data equals to data set name is ARR and with run statement. Now run this application. See here. Replace wherever missing data, replace 72, wherever missing data 80, 120. Without any error. Okay. Now again this value is converted into standard value. This standard form. What is our format? General form. This is our format, right? Like patient ID, visit, test, and use. As it is, I want to this format. Again convert into what we'll do, again convert into horizontal to vertical. Okay. Run the transpose from horizontal to vertical, or called as non-normalization to normalization, right? Convert the data from non-normalization to norm. Then by default we can generate one default variable, underscore name underscore. If you label is available, underscore label and call one variable. Like in call one variable, what are the values available in call one? So now patient ID, visit, HR, DBP, and SBP. We are using ID. There is no ID statement. Again, we have to use patient ID, visit, specify into by variable. HR, DBP, SBP values comes under var statement. Okay. HR, DBP, SBP values comes under underscore name underscore these values, and these all 72 units values are comes under call value. Again, we rename the call values and rename that underscore name underscore value. We'll see that. Run the proc transpose data equals to data set name is ARR2 out equals new data set name is ARR3. Var statement variables are HR, DBP, and SBP. Next, only by variable, that is PID and visit, and with run statement. With the proc print data equals data set name is ARR and with run statement. We get underscore name underscore and call one underscore name call1 variable. Now rename call1 using rename equals to rename equals to old name, that is call1, that is unit set and units, and name equals to, that is test values, right? Patient ID, visit, test and units, and replace with the standard. Same format, right? PID, visit, test and units, right? Same. This is there. We can convert the data and replace with the standard values. First, what we did? We did first import the data, right? Import the data, sort the data according to key variables, and run the transpose from normalization, non-normalization, drop that name. Now replace with the standard values. After that, again transpose from non-normalization, normalization. Right. So this is there. This is very important. You can't replace with the standard values using this way. Have any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, remaining topics we'll discuss tomorrow. Anyone, any doubts?
సార్ నాకు మే 14th నుంచి రికార్డెడ్ క్లాస్ పంపించారు సార్.
Yeah. I'll send it. That's why I'm collecting all the emails. Okay, I'll send it. Okay, anyone, any queries? Okay, remaining topics we'll discuss tomorrow. Bye all.